Good morning and welcome to the morning after. This is Sue Lawton in sunny New Jersey. Miss Deb, are you in sunny New Jersey also?
I think so. No, I am. It's great. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful day after.
Good, good, good. Happy to hear it. We are covering the morning after so we can help you do positive evaluation and positive credit to yourself for how well you did with all the challenges of some of the family experiences for this holiday weekend. And I love to start with Namaste because we set our intention for all of our webinars to be able to offer something that will help people be more peaceful. Namaste means the divine in me blesses and honors the divine in you. So, Debbie, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's.
There's got to be a morning after. Everybody sing along. We always remember this from Poseidon. We have a chance to find the sunshine. Let's keep on looking for the light. Yes, now if
Yes.
your Thanksgiving look like this, we're going to help you through some honest evaluation of wow, I recognized an old pattern and it really, really wasn't comfortable, so I changed the subject or whatever it is you did to survive. But I love
hmm
this picture, Deb. Where did we find this? I forgot.
I'm not quite sure, but I have to be honest. I'm sure a lot of us have had that moment at one moment. If we didn't externally show it, we've probably internally showed it.
Possible?
It is possible.
Okay.
I really, really like this. Don't start your day with the broken pieces of yesterday. Isn't that true? We want to leave yesterday behind, don't we?
Yes, because today's a whole new day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, today's a new beginning.
Yes,
We're going for the light.
that's it. We're going for seeking out the light and the feeling good parts.
Yes.
We got to resist
Um,
being drawn back into replays. Geranium, white fir, and lemon are very good at helping with that. Geranium, of course, helps us put pain or perceived pain or injury in its proper priority. So if somebody said, ugh, why didn't you get your hair cut? You don't have to think about that as something as important as losing a household pet.
mhm.
Geranium keeps the priorities straight. White fur kind of prepares the surfaces of your cells for new information. So if you write over yesterday's pain or the day before yesterday's pain, white
Mhm.
fur is going to help the new positive message stay. And lemon, of course, is to carry away the leftover, broken up barnacles of bad misinformation.
Yeah, we want to throw that away, get rid of it, and move on, right?
Yes. And we have another one here for you that's called resentment relief. We use lemon, marjoram, and ginger on tummy and backs of knees. And what did we decide about ginger just the other day?
Oh, that ginger is a miracle oil because it helps us break up all old mucus
Yes,
stuff.
old sticky
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah, all the stuff that wants to just stay clinging to us.
Right, the
And
things that help us resist change.
that's right. It's the unhappy stuff. It's the replay. It's that, instant replay tape. And that helps us let go of it. And
Right.
you told me a very interesting thing about why we put it on the backs of knees. Why do we do that?
Well, I like to put blends on backs of knees because knees are a reflection of our flexibility. If we're
Mhm.
resisting change, if we're clinging to our old misinformation to justify our bad feelings, lemon, marjoram, and ginger on the backs of the knees will help us move forward. It will
I
give
just
us
love
more flexibility, less harsh judgment on ourselves. And you can say
that.
things like, I am unstuck and in new motion.
Yeah, I just love that analogy, and I never really realized that's why we did that, but we want to move forward. So, what a great way to do this. And this is also, it's an energizing blend to help us move forward, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Hmm.
Remember, marjoram is the herb of happiness. It helps your cells remember when you were happy. Because some days when people are going wham, 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 me, they forgot. They forgot how to be happy. And marjoram helps you remember.
Well, unfortunately, I think a lot of us have family members that help reminding us all the negativity. So it's hard for us to sometimes remember how to be happy. So using blends like this and recognizing that we have to leave everything behind is really a good thing for a lot of us
It
to
really
move.
is.
Hmm.
And you got to see yourself successful. You have to see a different outcome. You have to see by biting your tongue, holding your breath, leaving the room, not falling into the trap of negative engagement.
Hmm.
Remember, if one person's not participating in the argument, there's no argument. Okay. So if you
Hmm.
don't participate, you can't say anything that you wish you hadn't.
And the day after, like, or getting ready for all these holidays and everything, this is a perfect time to take another look at your vision board. Remember what your goals are, what your virtues are that you're acquiring, and take a look at that. See if you need changes, because again, you want to make sure that you're moving in that positive direction.
Yes. Now, sometimes when we get together with family, everybody wants to stand around and reinforce the old thinking that everything is fine, everything's working out. And if you're the one person in the room who's been really discovering your authentic self with your gifts and your virtues, it can be difficult to listen to old blah, blah, blah. But if
Hmm.
you're moving to a space of less judgment of yourself and others, it's not going to bother you. You can smile and nod with the best of them, right?
Absolutely. Those comforting lies. Look at how everybody's lined up for that.
Yes.
Hmm. And this is really so true too. The only people who are mad at you for speaking the truth are the people who are living a lie. And Sue and I talked about how difficult it is for so many of us to hear that truth because sometimes it hurts. Truth hurts. But we have to recognize that so that we can help ourselves move forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if people have been lying to themselves in a new group of people that have no reference point, and then they go back and they are with family, it can be very uncomfortable to recognize, oh, my family knows the truth. I can't be spinning that yarn here.
Right.
Oh, it's something we're all working on.
Yeah, I like that you're saying reflection because the owl's got some of the biggest eyes in nature, and they do see all, and it does. We want to have reflection, inner reflection as well. Knowledge is knowing what to say, and I love this wisdom is knowing when to say it. Sometimes we have to button those lips, right?
Yeah, sometimes the better part of valor is to say nothing.
Hmm.
Because if you're resisting judgment, you're not involved emotionally. Because when we start judging, oh, that one is wrong, oh, that one is wrong, we start building this intensity of misinformation we want to spew forward.
Hmm.
So judge less, take your own counsel, focus on virtues.
Yay.
And sometimes because we know, thank goodness to the wonderfulness of being able to move around with doTERRA, Deb and I have met some very extraordinary people over the last 8 years. And a lot
Absolutely.
of them qualify for the title psychedelic sheep of the
Hmm.
family because sensitive people, gifted people, people who intuitively understood the nature of being a healer, contributing as a healer to every conversation, people who refuse to compete but want to improve themselves based on their own gifts. That's all part of being the psychedelic sheep of the family. And it's
Absolutely.
not easy when everybody else is clinging so hard to what?
when I look at the sheep, I just think it's all our chakras shining out there, right?
Yeah.
All our powerful chakras lighting the
Yeah.
world.
Yep.
Yeah,
Lighting
and
the
it's
world,
hard.
offering positive energy,
Hmm.
smiling and nodding, no matter what the funny people say.
Hmm. And sometimes it's hard for us to want to recognize that some people just want to be in that down place. And
Yes.
we have to let them be there and just ignore it.
Yep. And heck, and
Woo-hoo.
it's their choice. If they want to be unhappy and they worked hard for it, let
Hmm.
them stay there.
Hmm.
Unless they come to you and say, I really want your advice, and this time I'm really, really going to take it.
Hmm.
Don't offer any advice. Don't even notice they're miserable. Yeah, hey there, Uncle Louie, how you doing? Oh, good, normal, SOS. Okay, good for you. Hangovers. Oh my, we ate so well on Thanksgiving. Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
It
I'm sure, I'm sure many of us felt that carb hangover.
Well, we were treated to a delightful fresh turkey that was also kosher.
It
Talk about
was.
no bad things. And
Yeah.
what I found amazing was the tryptophan worked really well on all of us.
It did, didn't it? Yeah, we kind of, everybody kind of took a look around at everybody, and everyone's energy level kind of like slowly decreased at the same time. It was interesting.
Yep.
But
But
we helped. What did we all put on? We all passed around the bottle of coriander and ginger.
that's right, because the coriander helps you remember the sweetness of life.
Hmm.
Ginger is so warming and such a gift, like we talked about earlier, how it helps dissolve old barnacles of unhappiness.
Right.
Because mucus, when you make mucus, because you're in a state of unhappiness and that creates acid, that
Hmm.
makes little gatherings of crusty mucus. And when you use the
Right.
ginger, it softens you, it softens your attitude towards yourself. You become less harsh in your judgment. It warms you to your goodness that you can move off of your soapbox of, they're all picking on me, they're all wrong, you know, to just accepting you.
Right. Yeah, we're digesting not only our food, but we're digesting the words of others and actions of others.
Yes. And fennel and grapefruit, fennel gets rid of all those pesky parasites that you don't even know you're taking in. And grapefruit gives them the moving van to move them on out.
Hmm. And the juniper berry and the lemon in a tea form is absolutely amazing to help us recover from our carb overload.
Absolutely. And we also
And
have friend cardamom, and we're going to share
mm,
cardamom secrets on the next slide. But
okay.
just keep it in mind, it really helps with carb hangovers.
Hmm.
And
And I love the advice for your alcohol hangover for those that did over imbibe. Um, really, in a shot glass, lemon, grapefruit, and bergamot will really help you to recover much faster.
oh, it
Um,
definitely will.
yeah.
Yeah, we had people write to us already this morning to say, maybe there were some bad ice cubes in the things I had to drink, but I got a bad headache.
Yeah.
Well, this one will help you, dear.
Hmm.
And when it comes to emotional hangovers, because sometimes we get on with our life and we're highly productive and we're sharing what we love to share and we're feeling really good about things. And then we go visit the family that doesn't like oils, doesn't like smells, doesn't care
Right.
about being healthy. And so you kind of get this emotional, I want to be with my friends that like oils. These people aren't
Hmm.
as nice.
Yeah, I love when a member of my family when they hug me and you're like, "Ew, what are you wearing?" Just makes you
Something to
feel really good.
something to keep your negativity away, sourpuss. Okay.
Exactly.
And geranium, vetiver, and arborvitae are really good for
Hmm.
helping you forgive others for being so thoughtless or so self centered.
Hmm.
I think of this
And
as
there's our
forgiveness for people indulging in narcissism.
right, and there's our ginger and helichrysum. Ginger again, help get rid of all that bad stuff. Helichrysum helps us move forward and move on.
Yes, efficiently.
Yes.
Let's talk about our friend cardamom.
Oh,
People forget about cardamom. It's in their oil bag, but they forget about it. Cardamom
no.
provides significant role in regulating peristaltic movements in the smooth muscle in the digestive tract. It provides antispasmodic benefits in overactive conditions. And that's from an old website that used to be more forthcoming with information called aromaticscience.com. They are
Mhm.
talking about bringing that back up again, but because I quoted them, this has to stay in the secret file. Okay, guys?
Okay. When you see the list of benefits of cardamom listed like this, I can't believe the broad spectrum of all that this one oil can do. It's amazing.
Right, and I use this a lot in blending custom blends for people who've suffered for a long time with what we call acute dysfunctionalism, or people who really had a hard time being married to an addict, thinking it was their responsibility to cure the addict. We all know as grown-ups that until the addict decides they need to change something, it doesn't matter what we pour on them. It doesn't matter what we do for them or say to them. It isn't going to make any difference.
Hmm.
Cardamom is a gift to those who have been the family members of addicts because it helps you digest the decisions you made to put off your happiness. It helps you digest the decisions that you made that kept you from getting on with your positive life, and you allowed the addict to control so many of your decisions.
Hmm. That's amazing. Yeah, because so many people in that situation, they want to fix it.
Yep.
They want to be the fixer upper. They want to make it all better, and they don't realize the stress that they're putting on their own selves to try to undertake that. And it's unless the person wants to be fixed, no matter what you do, it's not going to help the situation.
Right, and relief of some of the symptoms of ITIS or OTIS in the digestive system is again cardamom. Somebody just wrote and said, how do we use it? Okay, cardamom can be diluted and put right across the center of your tummy. Cardamom can be mixed with balancing blend, perhaps, and put it on your low back.
Hmm.
Cardamom can be mixed with pretty much any citrus, and it's very happy with the citrus. And you can roller bottle it on the bottom of your feet. People use it for cooking. I mean, that's where I've seen it in lots of people's kitchens when I get invited to
Yes.
people's homes. They
Hmm.
have it right there to season things, and that's great. But if you want to use it for recovery of a digestive ailment, whether it's your eyes or your tummy, then you want to mix it like with geranium or bergamot and, you know, apply it where you think is a good idea.
Okay. Sounds great. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Oh, forgive.
Yeah.
What do we need to forgive ourselves?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Forgiveness expands our experience forevermore by releasing the limitations that we placed upon our past.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's very heavy and deep, but so important for to move forward and move on, especially when all the old feelings and sometimes feelings of worthlessness and criticism overwhelm a lot of us after the holidays. So we need to forgive and move and release our limitations.
Right. Because forgiveness is about not giving any more energy to
Hmm.
whatever it was that made you feel bad. That's what forgiveness is about. You need to
Hmm.
forgive yourself. Let's say if you have 100% energy every day and you spend 40% of it beating up on yourself for things you couldn't possibly have known in the past. The big thing
Hmm.
I work with many adults is forgive yourself for not knowing what you could not have known. Because when people have emotional arguments, when people get angry, when people get hurt, they're often surprised at what the person attacking says because they had no intention of
Right.
leaving someone out. They had no intention of hurting someone's feelings. They may have been merely thoughtless, but they surprisingly wanted you to notice. something they had done for you and you just didn't even know it was important because it wasn't important. You got to forgive yourself for not knowing things that you couldn't possibly have known. Does that
Hmm.
make sense?
Oh, it makes perfect sense. And I'm sure that it's hitting home with a lot of our listeners today because a lot of us put ourselves in this situation knowingly and unknowingly. And it does build up a lot of inner turmoil within our system when we're trying to do this, and to recognize this is amazing.
Right. And that's why you and I've talked for a long time with people about expressing your expectations. Do
Hmm.
not have wishful thinking or dream thinking when it comes to interacting with family members, gift giving, cooking, baking. Let's be open and direct about what can I contribute that you would like? What can I do to contribute? Would you
Hmm.
like me to pick up Aunt Lily? What is it as a hostess that you will feel supported? Rather than being the hostess and just having like this magical thinking that, of course, Sherry's going to go pick up Aunt Lily, even though I didn't ask her to, because she always does. And you can't have those expectations and then find out people made different decisions because you didn't really tell them how important it was that Aunt Lily be there.
Hmm. And I also like what you've taught me, the shoulda, woulda, coulda. Stop doing that. Stop saying I should have, or I would have, or I could have. It's over, it's done with, and we do have to just pick ourselves up and move on from that and stop beating ourselves up if we didn't think of something. I mean, we're all human, we make mistakes, and sometimes we overlook something or someone, and it's not purposeful, but we can't beat ourselves up for those mistakes either.
Right. The phrase is stop shoulding on yourself. Stop it.
Hmm.
That's harsh judgment for no known reason. Just stop it.
Hmm.
See?
There it is again.
Silence that voice that says you aren't good enough. On one
Hmm.
side of the page, we have the word you. When you're playing things back in your head of an accusatory nature or a harsh judgment, it will say, you were dumb again, or you did that again, or you broke that blue plate and you did this. You have to think in terms of that's the dark side speaking that isn't authentic living. When you
Hmm.
say things like, I made a mistake by carrying too much stuff in one trip, and I can do it different next time. Do you see the difference?
Oh, it's much more positive with the I, absolutely.
Yeah, it gives you room to learn. That's why we're here to learn and to love ourselves better by giving ourselves credit for our lessons. When we participate with our lessons, when we have honest evaluation, of course everything is better, but you got to give yourself credit.
I love this picture. I just love it, love it, love it.
Can't see the haters when I've got my love glasses on. You guys really ought to come and see Deb and I in Vegas, and we're there on the 6th and the 7th of December. We have this whole production about how you can have love glasses on no matter what the occasion is. And we have some interesting demos for you. But the love
Right.
glasses is a choice. Everything I look at, I see with love, which means you're going to notice the great decorations. Everything I hear, no matter what people are talking about, you're going to hear love. Everything I see, hear, taste, it's all about love. When you're cooking, what a gift. A lot of us think of in terms of our grandmas. We used to go grandma's house for holidays, and we all felt so loved.
Oh,
The food wasn't that different, but
no.
because grandma was loving us while we were eating, while she was cooking, I swear the food tasted better than in other situations where there may have been um, unpleasant conversation or harsh judgment or mom's distracted on the phone and not really paying attention. It doesn't seem to have the same vitality. Has that been your experience?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, especially like when you think about Thanksgiving and everything that surrounds Thanksgiving dinner. going to grandma's was such a special treat. And my grandma was she was amazing. She just made you feel loved all the time. She never had a harsh word for anybody. And I don't know, even when things kind of went topsy-turvy, everything worked out right in the end. It was just a really nice, relaxed environment. And yet you could take that dinner and have it at another time of the year. And that same warm, fuzzy feeling inside, just like you said, you didn't get it because so many other things were interfering with that process, you know?
Right. So don't worry about those who talk behind your back. They are behind you for a reason.
Yeah, so their words don't matter.
Right. You can't hear them. You
Mm-hmm.
can't let it bother you because you're not living your life to please others. We would like to be unoffending, if there's such a word. I want to be walking free of offending people consciously,
Right.
but I'm not going to twist what I have to say based on whether you're going to like it or not. Sorry, that's not my bag.
No, as we said, the person that you have to love is yourself first, and everybody else, you got to put yourself first. You have to love yourself, who you are, what you have to offer other people. So important. Feel good about yourself.
And after an experience, we do honest evaluation. We've talked about this before. Even we talk about our vision board.
Right, it's important.
Right, we do a smarter vision board because the last two letters are evaluate and reevaluate.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes when we're getting on about setting goals, we think we know everything we need to know to achieve the goal. But the truth is that we learn along the way, so reevaluation is really important.
Absolutely. Yeah. Everything that we do is a lesson that allows us to even move forward and do things in a better way. So remember what we've learned and use that to our advantage in the future.
Right, and if you want to honestly reevaluate, one of the blends that I love making is clary sage with,
Mm.
yeah, clary sage with lemon, clary sage with vetiver. Those are great before sleep. It's great when you're doing your evening meditation before you go to sleep, declaring, I'm going to rest tonight. I'm going to have a peaceful rest. I'm going to be energized and fully participating tomorrow. Whatever your wish is for yourself, for peace, for contentment, add a few oil drops before you go to sleep, and you will wake up with renewed energy.
That's great. Fantastic.
Yep, sometimes our awareness is that we aren't the center of the world. Sometimes our awareness becomes other people have problems all the time, and it's not about us.
Right.
We're working to be judgment free of ourselves and others, so it's really important that you have gentle awareness, gentle evaluation.
Your thoughts affect your emotions. Your emotions affect your decisions. And remember, all your decisions affect your life.
Right, and it's the
So
baby mind that collects our fears, isn't it?
it is.
And
It is. And it the fear also prevents us from moving forward sometimes. It kind of holds us back. But we have to realize that this is a process. It's the steps that we need to go through to move on and to better ourselves and just have more enjoyment of our lives, of our own virtues, our gifts, and our talents.
absolutely. So, what you carry in your head, what you focus on, is what you're going to get more of.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you focus on, I'm so excited, I got a surprise present in the mail today, and I love getting surprise presents. You're going to have more surprise good presents. If you focus on, oh man, I hate checking the mailbox because it's full of bills, guess what you're going to get?
You're going to get bills.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So only happy news comes to my mailbox. Only happy good news comes to my mailbox. Okay?
Right. 'Cause we have to remember that our thoughts bring those things to us.
Yes, they
So that's why
do.
we want our thoughts to be positive.
Yes. The 7 wonders of the world are to be able
This,
to see love, to hear love, to touch love, to taste love, to feel love, to laugh with love, and to love all the time.
mhm,
Because when you're perfectly present and you're really sharing love, when we've talked about empathic abilities and people being very
mhm,
sensitive, it's a fact because quite a few people I've worked with have been doing an experiment that when they go into crowds, rather than shrinking, rather than being afraid, oh, I'm going to absorb all this bad energy, all these bad thoughts, I've asked them to please push out daisies of love. Please push forward positive energy from the earth and the sun, from you to pushing out daisies. Just imagine raining daisies down on everybody. And when they
mhm.
do this, they stay immune to picking up less than loving thoughts.
That's just great. Everybody wants love around them, so how better to do this? I really like this slide. Gratitude and Thanksgiving is a way of life for me. And it's really important to show gratitude and appreciation for others, to really pass that on to other people. We want it ourselves, but we have to, it's a really important role that we pass that on. It's as easy as breathing. And it is. It's just sometimes we don't do it. We just don't do it.
Yeah, saying thank you is very important. Not only does it
Mm-hmm.
acknowledge the efforts people made, but it lets them know that you really genuinely appreciate it. When you
Mm-hmm.
take a minute to send a little note, you take a minute to send a call or a text and say, wow, that was really beneficial. I really felt good about getting together with all those people. When you're expressing the gratitude, more things for you to be grateful for flood your way.
Mm-hmm. Very true. You can't use up creativity.
No, you can't.
Use the more you have.
Yes, the more you use, the more you have. It's kind of like that old man movie thing that you hear the old guy say, well, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. Well,
That's true.
this is the other way.
Mm-hmm.
The more you participate with creative thoughts, creating good, creating positive visions from your vision board, creating good relationships, acknowledging there's room for improvement. That's all part of creativity.
Mm-hmm.
When you take your lessons, you say, wow, I learned this and I didn't know that before. It's amazing how you get more positive things you get to learn, and you are even more creative on the spot.
That's fantastic. And I don't think that a lot of us think of it that way. And we are creative in everything we're doing with our oil blending and our suggestions for oil uses. That is being a part of creative as well.
Oh, absolutely. Because whenever you give your body more oxygenation and you clear debris, I call them leftovers, thoughts that you don't really want to warm up again, they're leftovers. You should just leave them left over and let them pass on out. So use some
Okay.
more oils, use some more probiotics, and just poop them away. One of our friends, Heather Beckwith, put this together, and I thought this is a great way to inspire you for your upcoming events.
It is.
Get a turkey, get a chicken, get a vegan bush, whatever it is you like to eat, okay? Make leaves and call it your gratitude bush. Call it your gratitude bird. And reflect on all the interesting things that made your life richer this year and attach them. I mean, Heather was very creative. She collected all kinds of things that their family just thrives with, and she put them together in this fun thing.
It's fantastic, actually.
Yeah, it really is.
Because doing it, it's a time of reflection. So you're reflecting on the past year for everything that you're grateful for. But when you put it all together and see it like this, it is amazing what their successes were, what their wishes are for the year.
Yeah.
Just great.
Explain your anger instead of expressing it, and you will immediately open the door to solutions.
Explain, Lucy, explain.
Explain, Lucy, Lucy and Ricky, okay, instead of arguments. Because
Mm-hmm.
the word why, W H Y, starts an argument. because it puts people on a defensive right away. So if you would like an explanation or something has made you uncomfortable, the gentlest way to start is to say, for some reason, I was really uncomfortable when this and this took place. And I was wondering if you could go over it with me so that we could figure it out together. How did this happen? Or when did I miss the point? Be open to learning as opposed to being defensive and maybe saying things you can't take back.
Right. So you don't want to become the aggressor in the confrontation. You want to learn from it.
You're just seeking information. A lot of times I'll approach people and say, I'm just seeking information and I hope you can hear it that way. But what the heck was that?
Okay.
They get it.
No, they do.
Okay, and to boost courage, let's say you're recently divorced and you have to go face in laws and outlaws because we're juggling children back and forth. Sometimes you need courage to face a social event that used to be fun for you, but you're not quite sure what's going to happen when you walk up to the door. So let's boost our courage with fennel, thyme, black pepper, and ginger. Our friend Ginger is really good through the holidays, isn't it?
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, it's just so good in helping us get through so many things. Plus, the warmth is welcome during the holiday season when we're talking about the coolness of the weather too.
Yes, yes, it is. It really is very helpful.
And again, I like the fact that you said to put everything behind the ears and behind the knees.
Yeah,
So again, we're moving forward with it, which is really such a positive way to look at it.
absolutely. Absolutely. May you rest in the space of good enough. You are good. You are enough. You are sufficient in this moment, just as you are. My sister used to say all the time, you are perfect as you are right now. If others don't like it, they can be imperfect somewhere else. You deserve goodness and kindness and hope and help. This is my wish for you.
It is so important. And I love your sister's comment too, because it takes it off of you and puts it on other people.
Right, because you don't have to be 10 pounds lighter to love yourself. You don't have to be an expert at 3 foreign languages. You don't have to be anything. Be happy right this minute.
Mm-hmm. And again, that's following through with what you just said. Be at peace with yourself, and you'll make peace with the world as well. Yeah, because loving yourself and putting yourself first is being peaceful with yourself, recognizing your gifts and talents, recognizing, all about you.
Right on. And Deb and I want to both remind you that if you are curious about when the rest of our webinars are or where they are, if you will PM, private message us on Facebook. There's a Facebook page called Personal Peaceful Growth Calendar. And we also have, what do you call it, a Google address?
A Gmail address.
Yes.
It is happycal, CAL, happycal359 at gmail.com. And I do a mailing, an email letting you know of all our webinars and upcoming events. So if you'd like to be added to that, just send us an email.
Right. And we also have specials and combinations of affirmations and special oil blends we're doing for people because people asked, would you please do the custom things for holidays? Yes, I will. Just write to us, but PM us, private message. And you have to go to the pages now to see what's going on or what's being shared because events that are from Constant Contact or Eventbrite, they're just not getting circulated on Facebook. Facebook wants you to buy their way of posting events. And we haven't figured that out yet, but we will.
We're working on it.
Yes. And we'd like to thank you all for coming, and we wish you peace and fun and be good to yourself.
Absolutely. Remember, see what you can be because it's possible and it can be done.
Yes, and apply
All
more
right.
oils and drink more water and like yourself.
Yes. Take care,
Amen.
everyone. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Sue.
Thank you, Miss Deb. I really appreciate your willing to do this again. Have
Not a
fun.
problem. Happy to help others.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Bye bye.